Am I wrong for not letting my mom stay overnight at my house? My mom is in her 60s, and for the last 2 years, my 89-year-old granddad has been living with her after his long-term girlfriend passed away. Aww. Since moving in, it's been really hard on my mom. He's become very moody and bitter, speaks to her quite rudely, doesn't respect her house rules, and even refuses to let her lock the back door at night, which makes her feel unsafe in her own home. Why don't you want to lock the back door? She says her house doesn't even feel like her home anymore. The frustrating part is that my mom's siblings refuse to help. They all say they're too busy with their own lives, but they also say they won't agree to putting my granddad into an aged care. So basically, because my mom originally offered to let him move in, they think she should just deal with it. Because of all this, my mom calls me constantly to vent. Today alone, she called me 6 times, and every call was about my granddad. I love my mom and I feel awful for what she's been going through, but after a while, I honestly don't know what else to say because it's the same conversation over and over. She keeps saying she wants him out, but also says she has no choice. Now she wants to come and stay at my house for a break. Here's where I might be wrong. I have 5 kids, I'm married, we live in a 3-bedroom house. There's 7 of us living here already. My husband and I don't even have our own bedroom. We sleep in the living room because the kids have bedrooms. Whoa, that's tough. That's major sacrifice. I told my mom she's welcome to come over during the day, stay for dinner, and even stay overnight on the nights my mother-in-law has my youngest daughter, because then my husband and I could use that bedroom while she's there. But she wants to stay regardless, saying she'll just sleep in my 3-year-old daughter's room and won't come out. My husband feels uncomfortable because we'd be sleeping in the living room with someone staying in the house, and he feels like we'd have no privacy at all. I honestly understand where he's coming from. My mom thinks I'm being unreasonable because she's desperate for a break. I feel guilty because I know she's struggling, but I also feel like my responsibility is to my husband and kids, and our house is already overcrowded. Am I wrong for saying no to overnight stays unless we actually have a spare room available? Just need a little sip of DC. Schemey. First of all, I just want to commend you on letting your kids have their own rooms and you and your husband sleeping in the living room. That is major sacrifice, so I commend you for that. And it sounds like you have a lot on your plate. I think that is just a tough situation for everyone. You know, I feel really bad for your mom being put in that situation. I feel bad that none of her siblings want to help out with that too. And yeah, she's stuck, you know, it's not easy. When my grandfather was old, my mom did a lot for him and a lot of her siblings were involved, but not as much as her. And so I can understand that situation, that dynamic. It's tough because you care about them, right? Like your parent took care of you as a kid. You want to take care of them as they get older as well. I just find it frustrating that none of her siblings want to help out. Maybe they don't want to put him into aged care, as they said, because it's expensive. It can be very expensive, but you have to think about your own quality of life. Why do your siblings have any say in this if he's living with you? That's what I don't understand. Speaking to the mother. Now you have your own life. You have 5 kids and a husband in a 3-bedroom house. Like that is a handful. You shouldn't be the only one that your mom can talk to. Like, does she have any friends? Like, can she talk to her siblings at all about this? I'm a huge mama's boy, so I would feel extremely guilty as well because I don't like the idea of someone being lonely or struggling. You know, I always want to help people, but I don't know if this is your problem to have to solve. Not wrong. You need to shine up your spine. I like that saying, and continue saying no. Your mother, on the other hand, needs to shine up her spine and tell her siblings that she is putting granddad in a home. And as they won't take him in, they get no say. Period. He is no longer welcome at hers.